All right, y'all. This is one I'm really looking forward to. Tecia Torres, the Tiny Tornado, versus Brianna the Bull Van Buren. Man, this is going to be a good fight. Very, very good strawweight fight. Very, very significant. Very, very high level fight for both of these fighters. For one, Tecia Torres, she's on a 4-fight losing streak. So she definitely needs this win. She definitely needs this win, I feel like, to stay relevant in the strawweight division. And I say it's a significant fight for her because she's fighting the former Invicta strawweight champion that made some big noise coming over to the UFC in her UFC debut. Then you got Brianna Van Buren, who really wants to make noise against a UFC veteran in Tecia Torres. This is a big step up for her, especially after the long layoff. Since her UFC debut, that was a long time. So, coming straight in there against a veteran like Tecia Torres, this is going to be tough. And I like this matchup because it's like, I don't think Tecia Torres has ever fought anybody shorter than her. They got Van Buren listed at 4'11". I think she's 5 foot, but Tecia Torres is 5'1". So it's I've never seen her fight somebody shorter than her. And these two match up in size, and they both have a lot of heart and they both have a lot of strength. So I think this is really going to come down to like some brute strength versus the speed. Brute strength being the bull and the tiny tornado being the speed here. So real quick, man, I think Tecia Torres, she really just needs to revert back to what got her where she was trying to go in the very beginning in the UFC. Before these other fights like Joanna, Jessica Andrade, she needs to kind of revert back to those days when she was using her speed and her IQ. That was one thing Tecia Torres I always gave respect for. She didn't have the pop or the power or the size, but she made up for it with the speed and the combination punching. And now she's also added she also added some good wrestling to her arsenal. She's been able to get on the ground and kind of ragdoll some of these fighters. She only has one submission win against Juliana Lima, but I feel like that's something that she could actually add to her arsenal in this fight. So real quick, Tecia Torres, I feel like she just needs to use the speed, use the combinations, keep this fight moving, make Brianna Van Buren look for her, and avoid the clinches. Don't try to go strength for strength. Use your IQ. Don't do what you did like against Jessica Andrade. I feel like Brianna Van Buren is not as strong as Andrade, but she's definitely a bull. She could definitely slam you. I feel like she definitely has that ability to pick somebody up like Tecia Torres. Don't go that route. Keep this fight moving. Go back to the old days when you use that speed, use that IQ, and use the angles. Make Brianna Van Buren look for it. Do this for 3 rounds and the fight is yours. You definitely want the win at this point. You're in a 4-fight losing streak. Don't try to fight off a heart and looking for anything special, trying to make a big statement. Just go in there and use the speed, the combinations, and use your striking. Establish a good jab. Use knees in the clinch again, and try to keep that distance from Brianna. The bull, what she'll need to do, I feel like she also has speed, so her quickness is a little bit different, but I feel like if she uses a lot of good feints, like she's going for takedowns, she can kind of throw off the speed with her timing. She could throw off Tecia Torres' speed with her timing, and use good controlled pressure. Cut the octagon off. When you cut the octagon off, that'll keep Tecia Torres kind of pressured. Tecia will have to overthink some points, and then when she's overthinking, you can just go in there and kind of like keep her in that clinch and that pressure, that that smother mode on the fence. Keep her on the fence, and I'm gonna be honest. I feel like she has that strength to really put Tecia Torres on the ground in this fight. And can keep it there. If she really roughs up Tecia Torres, use some good knees to the body, takes the gas away, she has that strength to kind of ragdoll Tecia Torres. The bull is that strong. So I think she just needs to make this a rough, rugged fight. Definitely use her jab to get on the inside. Jab is very important in the fight. I feel like even wrestlers need to use their jab. Grapplers need to use a jab, because there's going to come a point when they fight strikers the majority of the time. When you fight a good striker and you just run straight in, all they're going to do is jab you to death. So every fighter needs a little basis in whatever they need, just a little basis and some fundamentals besides their main style. If you're a wrestler, you still need to know how to jab, especially in this game. The higher up you get in the UFC, you're going to need these things. So I feel like Brianna Van Buren needs to fight behind the good jab to get on the inside and get a good takedown. But my prediction on this one, I'm gonna go with Brianna Van Buren. I think Brianna, aside from the fanboy pick, I think Brianna right now has very high momentum, and she's definitely evolved as a fighter. She's definitely been using more of her strengths. You know, she's worked on a lot of her weaknesses, and she's definitely strong as hell. And I feel like she definitely has that ability to really cut Tecia Torres off in this fight, land some good strikes on the inside. She has that good ability to, just control the pace of a fight. I think that this is going to be something new for Tecia Torres, and I really wouldn't be surprised if Tecia Torres was able to win a controversial close decision in this fight. But she's really going to have to revert back to, like I said, like some of the old Tecia Torres, where she just moves and keeps this fight standing from the outside. You're going to have to make Brianna chase you. But I think the Bull's going to close the distance early and pull Tecia Torres into some wrestling matches. And when it goes to strength for strength, I think that Brianna Van Buren is going to control him, and she's going to get those takedowns and get the good control on the ground and get some ground and pound. I don't think she'll be able to stop Tecia Torres, because Tecia is pretty strong. She's never been stopped. But I think she will have the ability to beat Tecia on the ground and rough her up and take. I think she'll be able to take the. I think she'll be able to take all 3 rounds. Call me crazy, but I think Brianna has that ability. But it's going to be a good fight. It's definitely going to be a good fight. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think. Going for the Bull? Are you going for Tecia, the Tiny Tornado in this fight? That's my pick, though. Make sure y'all subscribe, guys. I'll be back with one more prediction. Combo Breaker 99. I'm out. Peace.